So, hey, it's me, KR Bankston. It is time for me to do a book review. I know you guys are like, wow, really? Because I know it's been a while, because when I'm writing, I don't read. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, you're author, you don't read. I didn't say that. I said when I'm writing, I don't read. So, since I am not writing at the moment, I decided to take some time and just enjoy some good books. And this was one of the first ones that I picked up. So, of course, I had to come and tell you guys about it. Her Sister's Secret, author Tony LaRue. So listen, this author made me so mad with everybody in this book. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hated everybody. I told her, I hit her up while I was reading it, and I said, girl, listen, if your object was to make me hate everybody, you have done a phenomenal job because I hate everybody in this book. So let's get into it. I'm not going to give you any spoilers because I think that sucks. I want you to read the book for yourself and get your take on it. So, Her Sister's Secret is exactly what the title implies. It's about two sisters and, of course, a secret, but it may not go where you think it's going. So, Lauren is our sister that we only see for a few minutes in the book because she dies. And she is she's the sister to Raven, aka Jasmine. You'll understand when you read it. And they are estranged sisters. And the reason they're estranged, in my opinion, is kind of petty on Raven's part. Let's just be honest. Raven is our main protagonist in the book, and I didn't like her. I didn't like her at all. Uh, so even at the end of the book, I didn't like her. But the character was well thought out. She was well rounded. Author did a phenomenal job of bringing you into her world so that you could make a judgment call of whether you liked her or you didn't like her. So they're estranged, and Lauren dies. Well, Raven's torn whether she wants to go to the funeral or not because, again, they're estranged. So, Raven's mom, her aunt, they're all like, you should go. That's still your sister, yada, yada. So eventually she ends up at the repast. She does not go to the funeral. She ends up at the repast. So put a pin there. Let's meet our antagonist, in my mind, which is Todd. This is Lauren's husband. Well, he's the widower now. So he's this activist, I suppose, political figure. Everybody knows him, charismatic, blah blah blah, yada yada. I think he's a pompous ass, but that's just my opinion. So there's that. They have money. This family that Lauren married into, the Robertsons, and they have money. His father Charles, his mother Patricia, they are the patriarch and matriarch, respectively. Charles kind of rules things with an iron fist. Patricia's really quiet. She's, strength when she needs to be, that kind of thing. Um, and just, keep that in mind because it'll play back later in the story as well. Todd has sisters, Bianca, who basically kind of runs his social campaign, this, that, and other. I didn't like her either. She's a real bitch. She's shady. You're not going to like her either. I found no sympathy for her, even though, again, all the characters were well thought out. They were well rounded. They were full embodiment of real people, and you could make a judgment call of whether you liked them or you didn't like them. I didn't like Bianca. She was, to me, sneaky, shady, and always on some other bull. Then there was his sister Bianca, who's married to Ricky. Ricky is, I don't know, I call him a stray. And that sounds mean, but it's like he's there, but he's there because Bianca's family has money. He likes her well enough, but I wouldn't say that he's deeply entrenched and in love with her. Um, yeah, so there's that. And then Bianca, I did like. She was one of the few people that I did like. Bianca was real. Bianca was just Bianca. Listen, she didn't care about that money. She didn't care about, the status, that prestige, done that. Listen, what she said was what she meant. She said what she meant, and she meant what she said. Now, she did tend to turn the bottle up a little bit, but I think a lot of that was to escape the BS that she was dealing with in her everyday life. So Bianca was one of the few that I did like. So that's Todd's family in a nutshell. Very controlling, got their reach people's secrets, think they're better than people, and look down on certain people and stuff like that. So yeah, that whole thing. Todd, I will give him a half of an inch of humanity and say that he kind of had a little bit of a conscience, but he had no backbone. You'll understand again when you start reading. So then the only other person in the story that I liked was Kofi. Kofi was Raven's ex, her ex-husband. They got divorced because of something tragic that happened between them. Again, you'll find out when you read the book. But I liked him. Good dude all the way around. Loved his character. Loved his persistence. Loved his protective nature. Loved him as an individual. So honestly, in the book, the only two people I liked were Bianca and Kofi. But I think you will really enjoy this book. It kept me entertained. It kept me enthralled. It kept me guessing, honestly. While I had an inkling of what was going on, it was not confirmed until the very end because the writing was masterful enough that you couldn't just do an ABC formula. And there's nothing worse than reading a book and you kind of already know by page 20 what the hell's going to happen at the end. You don't know that with this book. It was really good. I really enjoyed meeting this author. This was my first book by her. It will not be my last. Everybody knows that I am not a romance person, and I will say that while this book had the fringes of romance and the fringes of sex and that kind of thing, that was not the whole story. It kept me enthralled because there was enough of the undercurring dark theme that I like. We all know that I like a criminal theme, a dark theme, a crime theme in there somewhere. There was enough of those other things to blend it perfectly that it was just a stellar read. I enjoyed it, and like I said, I would definitely read it again. So I want to encourage you guys to pick this book up. It's great. It didn't take me long because then when I like something and it's good, I read it till the end. So I don't think it's going to take you long. It's not a short story. It's a novel, but it's a good novel, and you really will enjoy it. It's very entertaining. So take the opportunity and pick it up. By all means, Tony LaRue, Her Sister's Secret, I'm going to give it a 5-star review because it was really, really a great read. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and keep up with me. You never know when I'm going to pop up.